This presentation of The Beer Next Door is brought to you by Town Square Media and Keeler in the Morning on WIBX 950 AM.
Working in the pilot brewery, you kind of are the one who come up with all these ideas for beers or whatnot. But going to the Great American Beer Fest, I hear that's the biggest festival for craft beer in the country. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so this is my second year going. So you're in basically one building with all the best beers in the country, in one place. It's really amazing.
And I heard the Bill Gates of craft beer was actually present, Charlie Papazian.
He wrote the book, basically how to brew beer for homebrewers. Yeah, so originally homebrewing sort of started in England in the 50s and 60s, and he was the first really American to sort of take those ideas and put it in a format that people in the US could access. Some of my first recipes were ones from his book.
Oh, great.
So it was pretty cool.
So were you able to meet him yourself?
Yeah, I've met him a couple times. And actually, this past year, he wrote a review of one of my beers in the Brewers Association magazine. So that was pretty cool to be going from brewing his recipes to seeing him, say nice things about my beer. So that was pretty cool.
That's a great experience, and that kind of brings everything full circle for you.
Sure.
So a couple of local homebrewers are actually able to ask Charlie a question or two while they were there.
Yeah, so we had two members from our local, the Brew Club, we're the Amalgamated Brewers Guild of Utica. And it was Jason Denman and Bryant Buchanan submitted their questions, and I guess he responded.
I have them here. Do you want to take a look?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Hey Charlie, this is Jason Denman in Deerfield, New York. The short version of my question is to say that I like IPA, but I'm looking to brew something lighter that won't kill me and whatnot. But I don't like the standard session IPA that's in vogue these days because to me, they're just mostly poorly balanced. So if I want to brew a standard pale ale, say 5.5%, and really get the hop aroma to pop and be supported by like a foundation, I just thought if you have any suggestions for recipe development, you could expound. Maybe some specialty malts that might hold it together, water treatments, any clever ideas you have, I'd love to try out. Thanks.
Let's stop it right there. He actually used a few terms I just want to clarify.
Sure.
So IPA.
Yep, India Pale Ale. It's basically, the most hop-forward offering that a brewery, provides. Historically, there's this sort of myth that it was brewed really hoppy to survive the trip from England to India. There's some truth to that. It's a long story, but basically it has the most hop flavor of any offering the brewery, has.
I do like an IPA once in a while, that's for sure. And there was one other term, session beer.
The idea of session beer comes from England, and it's basically a term when a group of people get together and go out drinking and have a session. And it's basically, drinking 4 or 5 or 6 beers over the course of a couple hours. And we've sort of taken that idea in the States and applied it to a beer style, as in any beer you can drink multiples of, but is low alcohol, generally flavorful, but, not too heavy. So you can sort of have your own session. Drink a couple of them.
You can enjoy each other's company and just kind of enjoy a few beers without the concern.
Yeah, I mean, generally anything under 5%, that's, you can drink a couple of, in one sitting.
Very cool. So let's, take another look at what Charlie had to say.
All right, Jason, that's some questions you got. From what I understand, you want me to advise you on how to make what you call a balanced session IPA. Now, every beer drinker has their own idea about what a balanced session IPA is. I'm going to imagine that you like a session IPA that has some malt balance and that's not.
Now, if you want to hear Charlie's complete answer to Jason's question, you can check it out on the Beer Next Door's Facebook page. Charlie Papazian not only wrote the book on craft beer brewing, but he also started the American Home Brewers Association and the Great American Beer Festival. The Great American Beer Festival began in 1982 with just 22 breweries and 800 people. That's quite a contrast to 2015, which features 750 breweries and 60,000 attendees. This event is huge. The floor space alone is about the size of 3 football fields, or for you hockey fans, about 9 or 10 hockey arenas. Of course, the one thing you can expect to find is lots of beer, but there is so much more.
Are these people getting married?
They're getting married. We have come together today to witness and celebrate the renewing of vows between Bill and Maria. Your decision to reunite your lives into one is fitting and right if there is love in your hearts. Water is the essence of life, but when water is combined with grains, hops, and yeast, the outcome is glorious beer.
Glorious!
Among the many stops you can make and one attraction you won't find at most beer festivals, a bookstore. A bookstore with volumes and volumes filled with homebrewing recipes and more. Notable brewmasters and writers from around the country sign autographs and talk with homebrewers and craft beer fans. You can see the kind of excitement and enthusiasm you might otherwise only find at a music or sports celebrity appearance. Charlie Papazian, the man who pretty much started the whole craft beer movement and the founder of the Great American Beer Festival, is one of the authors you'll find mingling with fans, taking pictures and signing autographs. We were fortunate to be able to pull him aside for just a few moments to be able to ask him about the craft beer explosion.
Craft brewers have not been an overnight success. It's been a long haul since the early 1980s. But, you know, we're at the Great American Beer Festival here, and there has been quite a rapid change in the last few years. There's like 750 breweries in this hall, 3,800 beers, and it's a giant collaboration of putting on a show for craft beer drinkers. It's like the ultimate original social network. That's what beer is.
Good morning. First News Keeler in the morning on WFXV, Fox 33.
WIBX's First News with Keeler in the Morning is now simulcast on WFXV Fox 33, weekday mornings from 6 to 9. WFXV Fox 33.
There's a chill in the air. Days are crisp and clear. That means it's time for Grace Furniture's annual warehouse clearance. Now through Sunday, November 15th. Grace Furniture has taken sofas, chairs, cocktail tables, bedrooms, recliners, mattresses, and many one-of-a-kind items and moved them all into our 10,000 square foot warehouse. Outstanding warehouse savings with up to 50% off many items starting now through November 15th. It's a brand new season, a brand new way to save. The warehouse sale at Grace Furniture, River Road in Marcy.